Welcome back to the content tip of the week. Josh Culler here with Culler Media, and today we're going to talk about vertical video versus square video versus horizontal video, also known as landscape video, and then vertical video is also known as portrait video. I just chose to go with those names. I've seen both names kind of tossed around. So it's vertical versus square versus horizontal. And this is extremely important to understand because this is actually a really fascinating topic for me to talk about. Only because I find myself talking about it very often. I've never really done a topic on it before. And I've heard very little content out there from marketing or social media experts that talk about this specific topic. What crop of video basically should you use when you're posting on social media with your videos? And so we all know video content is extremely important. If you go back a couple episodes, I talked about video content and why it's important, why you should be utilizing it, why it doesn't matter what business you're in, you should be doing video content. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's produced or it's just raw documented content. So let's talk about this. This is extremely important to understand when you're posting, and I'm actually going to end this episode with this point, which is this is all predicated on what platform you're posting your videos on. And so this is important to understand because I know some of you out there are like, I just post on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel and it's growing, so I only post my videos on YouTube, so I don't post on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. But this is still important to understand because you might be able to take that YouTube video and chop up little bits of micro content, which I talk about a lot, and put that on Instagram as a 30-second like a sizzle to that hour-long video that you have. So this is extremely important to understand. So I'm really quickly just kind of glance over, just so we're on the same page, I'm going to glance over what each video really, what it looks like. So if you're watching the video right now, I'm going to, as I talk about these, I'm going to flash up on the screen what the videos look like. So let's talk about vertical video first, because that's our big topic here. So vertical video is literally where you take in your phone or camera, whatever way you want to do it, and you're filming it like this, like so. So you're literally just straight up and down, just the natural way that you hold your phone. With the camera, you're gonna just go sideways. So it's what's called a 9:16 aspect ratio, which means it's 16 by 9 this way, right? So your typical landscape video, actually it's flipped. So it's 16 long ways by 9 wide. So it's important to understand what that is. So just flashing up a video right there. And then square is literally 1 by 1. A square creates a square. So this is extremely important because, and I'll get into why each video crop is important and what you can use it for. But this might be one of the most popular ones that you see, especially for bite-sized pieces of content. So it's literally just 1 by 1. And for this type of video, you really either got to use a video editor to crop it that way, or when you're posting to Instagram, it'll allow you to crop it as a square like that. And then there is horizontal video, which is last but not least. And this is kind of the more native, like grandfather size of video, which is the 16 wide by 9 height. And this is typically what you see on YouTube. So when you go to YouTube and you were watching videos, or if you're watching Netflix shows or even any TV, so anything that's on television is in that aspect ratio, and that's what's popular, which is the widescreen aspect ratio. So as I was going through those, you guys saw what the videos look like. So let's talk about, I'm going to give you more, I shouldn't say philosophical thoughts about why each of these are important and what you're going to use them for, but maybe philosophical is a good word, I'm not sure. But I'm also going to give you factual statements. So this is actually an interesting thought. This was a study done by a platform called Animoto, and then Buffer. If you guys don't know Buffer, that's the website where you can actually schedule content to go out, which I highly recommend. So this is a study done by them about square versus vertical video. Now, a long time ago, they actually did one on square versus landscape, and now that vertical is becoming more popular, they actually did a study on it. So here's some statistics. I'm just giving you two. So square video increases actually 80% more engagement than horizontal. So that's important to realize. And again, this is all predicated on what platform you're on. So let's stick to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. The big four, right? These are the big four platforms that people are on. We're gonna leave Snapchat out of it because nobody watches videos on Snapchat in square or horizontal. You're always going to use vertical for Snapchat, so that's important to understand and realize. But 80% more engagement. So if you're posting a video on Facebook, so this is the big one, right? Facebook, then it's actually, you get 80% more engagement if it's square as opposed to horizontal. The reason why, and this is really interesting, the reason why is because square video takes up 70 to 80% more real estate. It depends on the size of your phone because each phone is different, you know, the different height and width. But it takes up 70 to 80% more real estate on your phone screen than horizontal does when you're watching it like this, like holding your phone upright in the natural position, right? So obviously if you flip your phone like this where it's horizontal, then the horizontal video is going to win in the long run, obviously. But we're just talking about the natural holding it. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because when you're posting your videos, right, the thing you got to understand, the goal in mind is to have engagement, because if you're not shooting for engagement on your videos, then why are you doing it in the first place, right? So the goal is to get engagement. That means views, that means people to click on it and actually watch it and then comment on it or like it or share it or whatever, right? So let me give you a scenario here. You're scrolling through Facebook, you're scrolling through Instagram, because these are the most popular platforms right now. They're like, if you're not on those two platforms, get on there immediately, stop watching this video. So you're scrolling through there, and let's just say Instagram, right? So you're scrolling through there and all of a sudden you see a video, right, that is in square, and you're gonna watch it. Okay, so more than likely what's gonna happen is it's gonna take up a good portion of your screen. Okay, but let's just say that you're watching a video and it's horizontal on Instagram, which means it's only going to take up a very small portion of your screen, because on Instagram you can't flip your phone to watch it in that horizontal view. Follow me here? So you're watching it and all of a sudden you're scrolling a little bit, you're trying to see if you're interested in it, and you're subconsciously like, I don't want to wait for this to happen. And all of a sudden at the bottom of the screen, something else is scrolling up that seems more interesting, so then you just move past it, right? So you move past that video because you saw something more interesting as you're scrolling. That's a scenario that happens all the time. So people that post those videos that are horizontal in Instagram, that's the problem. It's the same thing on Facebook. When you're scrolling through and you see a video, what do you naturally do? More times than not, you're actually gonna watch the video without clicking on it, because it doesn't automatically play the audio. Clever Facebook. But you're gonna just sit there and watch it so that the video plays and see if it's interesting. More times than not, you're gonna see if it has captions so you can see if you're interested in it. And then if it seems interesting, you're gonna click on it. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna watch it. Now with Facebook, you can actually turn and watch the video like this. But here's why it's important to understand that it's not always the best way to post your videos in horizontal. The reason why is because subconsciously, this is where it gets interesting, subconsciously, humans subconsciously value their time, right? And it's a really weird way to say it, but for someone to click on your video, it's a 5-minute video, and to turn their phone like this to watch it, it actually turns them off. It actually makes us think, I don't want to turn my phone to watch this video. I just want to hold it like this, like normal, so that as soon as it's done, I can click out of it and continue to scroll. That's the important thing to understand. It's very interesting, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because just think about next time you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and you're watching videos and you're seeing which one you're interested in. Do you click on the video? And if you do, are you going to turn it like this, or are you just going to try to keep it like this so that as soon as it's done, you click out of it and keep scrolling, right? So that's important to understand. Super weird, but it makes sense. And so let's talk about the specific platforms. So for Instagram stories, I'm gonna go a little deep into the platforms and give you more specifics here. So this is more of the nuggets and the takeaway things that you guys can actually implement. So on Instagram stories, vertical video dominates. Like, you should not be posting any square, any horizontal videos. I don't care what your reasoning is. If you're on Instagram stories or Instagram TV, which is huge now, make sure it's always 100% of the time in vertical, because that is what people are there to watch. And it's natural for them to watch it that way. On Instagram, you can't flip your phone. If you're scrolling on Instagram and you flip your phone, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna rotate. So vertical video, make sure you're always doing that with IG stories or IGTV. And then on the feed, vertical video is actually performing a little bit better than square video right now, which is another interesting thing, because we're all used to that square video. So the thing to understand about square video too is that square video is meant more for bite-sized pieces of content. So I'm talking like a minute or less, right? So on Instagram, you can only post 1 minute or less videos. But now you're able to, if you're uploading to IGTV, you can actually post a preview clip of that. So the first 1 minute of that video can be posted to your feed. And then in order for people to watch the rest of the 9 minutes or whatever, they have to click away to go to IGTV. So very interesting. But I think that with vertical video, if you're 30 seconds or more, so 30 seconds to 60 seconds, you're posting on Instagram, vertical video might be your go-to. But if you're posting less than 30-second videos, I would always use square video because it's easier for people to consume it because they're not committing as heavily. This sounds like first world problems, but it really is actual truth. So just simple things about Instagram. So with LinkedIn, vertical and square are dominating. So with LinkedIn, people don't like to go to the platform. You know, these are your business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs. They don't have time to flip their phone and watch a 30-minute video of whatever the heck you're doing. So leave it in vertical, leave it in square because it's more bite-sized content. People are just getting on there to see what their business partners are up to see what their network is up to. So leave it in bite-sized content, which is square video or vertical. So that's for LinkedIn. So for YouTube, which is the interesting topic, they're actually allowing you to now post vertical videos. I saw one the other day and I'm like, this isn't good. And I'll explain why on my last point here. But with YouTube, horizontal that is the place to go for horizontal. The reason why is because people are going to YouTube to stay on there for 10 minutes or more, 5 minutes or more, 30 minutes or more, 60 minutes or more. That's what they're on there for. So what are they gonna do? They're going to flip their phone to watch the YouTube video this way. So it's okay. You always want to use horizontal video with YouTube. And that's why I say that if you want to create bite-sized pieces of content, then post a 30-second clip from that 60-minute video to Instagram, but make sure it's in that square format and Instagram allows you to crop it. But with YouTube, stick to the horizontal because that's what people are there for. I'll explain that here in just a second. Last but not least is Twitter. I would say square because Twitter is always 100% of the time bite-sized content. The little tweets, the photos, it's all gonna be like, Twitter's the fastest moving social media platform out there. So stay square when you're posting videos, not vertical, not horizontal. You always wanna stay square. You can only upload up to a minute anyway, but just stick with it. So the latter part of this topic is really talking about kind of the psychological reasoning behind this. And again, all of this is dependent on what platform you're on. So I'm gonna give you a scenario here. If you are a metal fan, right, like you like rock and roll or whatever, and you bought tickets to go see Metallica, they're playing at Soldier Field, you bought tickets to go see them, to go play, you're up front, you're up near the stage, and all of a sudden, you know, you're getting ready to go, and they're prepping the band and everything, they turn all the lights off, and it's just, you're locked and loaded. And all of a sudden, Taylor Swift comes out and starts singing. You'd be pretty upset, right? Why? The reason is because you weren't expecting Taylor Swift when you bought those tickets and saw them on the platform, right? So, but if in the same scenario, if you bought Taylor Swift tickets, you went to Soldier Field, and you're expecting Taylor Swift to come out and she comes out, now you're cool with it. Interesting thought, right? The reason that it's important and that correlates with it is because if you go to YouTube and you can't post a 30-second video to YouTube and expect people to engage with it and like it. Why? Because they're not there for that reason. People go to YouTube, people go to that platform to watch 10-minute videos, to watch 30-minute videos, 60-minute videos. So making sure that you are understanding why people go to the platform is very, very vital. Understand why you go to the platform. If you're going to Instagram, more times than not, you're just going there to kind of browse and just search and search and search. People on YouTube a lot of times are going specifically for a video, a very specific video. They're not going just to browse, just to browse, just to browse. They used to, but now it's more along the lines of what they're subscribed to. So they're gonna go check out those videos that come out on their subscription. So I would say that that's important to understand. It really is. So if you're going to Facebook, people are on Facebook to just kind of interact just a little bit and not fully commit like YouTube commit, but they're not like goldfish attention on Instagram where they're just kind of just browsing and browsing and browsing. They're interested in seeing what you have to post, but understanding you're still valuing their time by not making them turn their phone horizontal. So understanding the platform is the reason why it's all important. That's why I went through each platform there in the middle to get you to understand what type of video crop you should be posting. So, last thing here, last kind of little bit of tip is longer form content should always be in horizontal view. The reason why is because people are going to turn. So if you're going to watch a 30-minute video, more times than not, you're not going to watch it like this and not even, click on it. If you're going to watch it, if you're going to commit to watching a 30-minute video, you're going to turn your phone like this so that it could fill the whole screen. So understanding that, I had that question come up to me about at my church. My pastor asked me, so we feed the service live, right? And these are about hour-long services. And he said, should I be posting those in vertical or square? And I'm like, no, leave them in horizontal. If you're going on Facebook Live, leave them in horizontal, because if somebody's going to commit to watching that full 60-minute service, they're not going to want to just watch the video like this. They're not going to want to watch it like that. They're going to want to click it, actually commit to it, and turn their phone so that it fills the entire screen. So understanding that is important. So longer form content, make sure it's in horizontal. So longer form, I would say more than 10 minutes. Keep it in that landscape. So this video is more than 10 minutes long, so I'm going to keep it in that landscape view or horizontal view for you. But if I'm going to go Facebook Live, if I'm going to post on Instagram Stories or IGTV, I'm going to have it in that vertical video format. So that's important to understand. So then the last thing is short form content, 30-second or minute less in videos should be square, because that's bite-sized content. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully that made sense and brought you some value, make you really think about what you should be doing with video and kind of thinking that out, because you don't want to post video just to post video. You want to make sure it's going to get engagement, and that's the reason why you're doing it, because why else would you be wasting your time? So get those likes, get those comments, get those shares, and this is how you're going to do it to increase that engagement. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully I brought you value. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you did find some value in it, and I would appreciate that. And be back on next Monday for another content tip of the week. This has been your content tip of the week, brought to you by Color Media. I'm Josh Color, and thank you for watching.